It works.
Yeah, nice going, guys.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, the real test is making sure that this fight works. Go.
Yeah.
Velvet, why aren't you moving?
Yeah, Velvet, you there?
I think he's AFK.
Well, that about does it.
Because you had control of Aizen, right?
Yep.
Okay.
It's finally time.
Yeah, we were doing a match like, why isn't Velvet moving?
Yeah!
I got up for 5 seconds to grab a drink.
Okay, go. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. I did a thing. I'm so proud. That's good because I've been dying to try out Parsec.
Yeah.
Nothing can stop these fists.
I'm really happy. And now you don't even have to worry about tabbing out or anything.
Yeah.
Because,
Yes.
boom, you see my chat right
You
there.
are assuming direct control.
Well, you're assuming direct control of me, rather.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hopefully I'm a Reaper.
Alt wrecked.
Yeah. Okay.
Aizen guest stars in Mass Effect. You're fighting the Reaper.
Yeah.
But yeah, besides the
It
audio
was the
thing on
height
my
of
end,
foolishness
it
for
works.
a low-born
Yeah,
person like
pretty
me
well.
to hold on to
Yeah.
romantic fantasies about
I'm guessing
Prince
you're having
Percival.
the same
I
audio
should
thing
seek a
where, like,
male
when someone
companion
talks, the audio
suitable to
kind
my
of
social
dulls
status,
out.
and live a life free of pointless desire and pride. Form, beauty, appearance,
DP.
all are supposed
Is he
to
there?
Hey, what's up?
I'm guessing you're having the same issue where when someone
Yeah,
talks, yeah.
It's clipping their lines.
Well,
Yeah.
what she's saying is
Yeah, it's whenever either
wrong.
DP or I talks.
Really,
Okay.
really creeps me out.
I don't know if there's a way to, like, reduce the effect without, you know, introducing the echo back in.
Yeah.
At this point, I'll just deal with it today.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out some other time.
Even the capital is silent as death.
Inominat's power did all of this. A god among gods.
Fountains are purely decorative and serve no purpose to the collective good of mankind. They must be purged.
Not just the fountains. The streets and houses are filled with unnecessary extravagances. Comfort is another word for vanity. It is a lie that breeds only envy and war. All vanity must be purged.
Yes, we cannot let ourselves be ruled by desire. We must control ourselves and lead lives of
Nasaric?
purity.
Yep.
If they keep abandoning desire after desire, eventually they'll abandon even their desire to live.
Let's see. Okay. So yeah, I'll just do what I normally do when we're doing this and just barely talk when they're talking.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine if you're talking, the game,
Yeah.
everything's just fine, but if either DP or I talks, the sound kind of dies a bit.
Yeah, okay. For the 15 this time yesterday. Nice.
Still has free thought.
This is my second playthrough
I
for
hope
this,
There
so
has to be.
since it came out.
Mommy!
That was a child.
It's not Kamoana,
Oh, no.
thank God.
Not another
Yeah.
Kamohana.
Mommy! I'm scared! Mommy!
Don't show any feelings, dear.
If they spot you, they'll...
Prince Percival! Tabitha!
Would I be
Still you!
would I be terrible and say
Random kid!
it's not one of my
You too.
favorites? Yeah, random kid.
In the capital?
No. The Molecule.
Lightning! Right now!
He's like bounced up and down.
Damn it. I was about to do my second Mystic Art and he just bonked me.
Yeah.
Better watch your
Here's that we're
step.
finished here.
Because it's the newest. Yeah, that makes
Tabitha,
sense.
Your mind's still your own?
Yes, somehow. But Prince Percival and that girl...
Looks like those Malachim took them away somewhere.
The prince was trying to help us get away. He said that the Abbey was gathering those who still had control of their own will at the villa.
We need to go after the prince and see just what's going on at the villa.
We don't know what sort
But
of
yeah, I'm
defenses
currently
they have at the front gate.
Playing
Let's
through
sneak in
this
through the back.
with some friends.
Good plan. Back into the
It was
Catacombs,
via
then.
Steam Remote Play, but Steam's having
You got
issues, so we're trying Parsec, and it's working, so... Because I'm able to have my internet friends connect. Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty cool option, you know, when Steam wants to cooperate, but you know, Parsec's a good backup.
Yep.
It seems, because we literally just kind of did this on the fly. Because normally we start stream like an hour and a half ago, but we had so many tech issues that's
so
like okay.
many tech issues.
Yeah.
I'm just glad to be here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
I'm glad to have you both.
Has Nazaric been on your streams for this before?
No, they are brand new.
Okay. Hello, brand new person. I can finally see the chat for once. Normally,
Yeah.
normally Steam is like, no, you cannot. So this is my first time through the game. These two know what they're doing. I really don't. So if you see noobish Velvet play, then you'll know why.
Yeah, that is.
But it's fine. All he has to do is mash buttons.
Yeah, that is Darius talking, by the way.
Hello.
Would have helped when you were trying to show this game to your friend and said you had to stream it to them via Discord. Yeah, yeah. Give Parsec and Remote Play a try.
Yeah. Odds are one of the two will work.
Yeah,
You try both of them.
Toha, I main both Magilu and Laphicet. Right now I'm maining Magilu until I get Laphicet's third Mystic Art. Then I will be Laphicet for the remainder of the game. So.
I knew it. I said all along that
I knew it.
taverns are dens of evil. Now there is no one left who desires that demon drink. It clouds man's judgment and causes good people to fall into corruption and sin. It should never have existed. Taverns shall now only live on in history books.
I've always opposed the sale of nectar and intoxicating drinks. From now on, those places once known as taverns should be used to distribute food equally to all.
Flavor is irrelevant. It is enough for food to fill the stomach and contain the nutrients necessary for survival. Food is not something that should be enjoyed.
But eating is part of being alive.
Gotta have Mabo
If
curry.
you can't enjoy your
Yeah.
food, how can you enjoy your life? I don't want to live like that.
Okay. It hung up for a hot minute there.
Oh. Is it okay now?
It is now, yeah.
Okay.
It's fine for me, so I think it was just a DP thing.
It just me. I'm always special, always.
Yeah.
Yep.
After Laphicet tried defending Mabo Curry, it was just like, and this conversation's done.
Yeah. As far as a moveset for Laphicet, don't use melee. Just spam spells.
Yeah, just only use spells.
Yeah. just spam. And you'll win. You'll win.
They made the mage the fastest freaking character, so
That's
they
true.
come up on you, just zip, zip, zip.
Yeah. Well, the healer, the fastest character, but yeah.
Yeah.
Because the mage is Magilu.
Yeah, spells are really good in this game.
Yes.
So.
Yes, they are. I'm really glad what they've done with spellcasters from Graces onwards, where it's just like,
Yeah.
well, what's TP? Pfft,
Yeah, exactly.
chain them together? Sure.
Yeah, one of the reasons I really like Eisen is because you can just mix in spellcasting with your martial arts like all over the place.
Yeah.
There's so many options you can do.
You can technically do that with Magulu too. Most of the time I choose not to.
Yeah, because most of the time it's either spamming spells or look
a shooting star. Yeah, exactly. Woohoo! Stop fooling around.
Prance.
But I'm serious about my fooling around.
Oh, Geotree.
Time to shred in a church. No big deal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Kinda forgot where the villa was.
Oh yeah. We're going to the Catacombs.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. Find Rokuro the most convenient, then Eleanor, then Velvet. I mean, Velvet is the most convenient, period, because even noobs can play Velvet. Period.
I just press random buttons and it works.
Yes, exactly.
I've gotten quite good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Velvet is favored by the developers.
So those weren't demons. They were Malakim.
Yes. They were probably ordered to hunt down any humans who still possess free will. Enominat isn't whole, and his suppressive powers are not yet absolute. So he must be using the Malakim to find anyone he missed and process them. Sounds like him. Process?
Be it a prince or a little girl.
Yeah, for the fans.
For the fans, let's go!
Eisen and Rokuro have always been your choices for playing just because of how hard of a time you have with magic in these games. Yeah. Honestly, it's just like you'll see. Like, give me a sec.
Yeah.
If I can get an encounter.
Yeah, are there any monsters on here yet?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh. Alright, here we go.
Not worth my time.
You're not hurt, are you?
I want a chain. Come here, guys. Come here. Come here.
Come here. Come here. Where'd he go?
He doesn't want to come here.
He's like, I'm out.
Come here. Come here.
Come here. Oh, there we go.
Paint the skies, Eisen.
Oh, you're right.
Okay, so Laffy set goes just like this.
And Eisen goes like this.
Yeah.
Nothing can stop these fists.
It's the mercy.
I wonder
Let's go.
if Tabitha's alright.
Yeah,
I don't think she'll be suppressed so easily.
Aye. She's got more grit than the average soldier.
But even if she resists suppression, if the Abbey finds her, she'd stand out even more with us. She ran an entire shadow network. Finding a place to hide will be child's play for her.
Maybe she was just pretending to be an old woman.
Huh? But I really loved Tabitha's cooking.
Yeah, especially that mabo curry.
You don't run into a woman that tough every day.
She's been living in society's shadows since before we were born. If she heard you were worried, she'd laugh and say you're wasting your time.
Then we should be on our way to the villa.
I was gonna say, Ancient Nova isn't even a spell in this game.
Yeah. And I agree, Nashlyric. I love Howling Dragon.
Yeah. It does, doesn't it? I would need a curry that's less spicy, just because I don't think my stomach could handle it, but, you know.
Oh, yeah. I love spicy things to a point.
Yeah. They don't
When
love
people
me.
started like mutating
They don't
ghost
like
peppers that melt through plastic gloves and crap, no.
Yeah.
Are we ready for
Here we
this?
go.
You can do that, I mean.
My cat is announcing to me that he wishes to be fed. Daddy's busy killing things.
Yeah, here we go.
Cat form is deployed.
Hey,
That's why.
all right?
I'll show you the beauty of my spear work.
I'll help you.
I was just getting warmed up.
Same. I was getting warmed up with Laphicet for the fans.
For the fans.
For the fans.
Yeah, both Nestoric and Toha are new, so welcome. I hope you're both doing well.
I'm gonna be right back within a minute because this cat is bothering me for food.
Sure.
Hello, friend.
As well as one can during semi-lockdown. Yeah, I think that goes for everybody.
Yeah. Oh.
Is this also part of
Okay.
Is owning them also part of the Reaper's Curse?
I'll finish this now.
They'll finish this now by being AFK.
If you want to live, get out.
So yeah, the nice thing about Magilu and Laphicet is that if you have like upgraded spells of stuff, you can basically hold down the button that you have for it, and like then hit your Mystic Art button, and then it'll upgrade. So for example, like you have like First Aid, it'll upgrade to Elixir Vitae. It'll basically, and like yeah, you'll see what I mean.
Yeah, it
Like
works
this
for any
turns into Kaleidos Ray, then Blessed Drops, then Insubstantiality.
I was just getting warmed up.
Yeah, it helps make casting higher level spells faster, which is really nice.
Yeah. So that's another reason why spellcasters are like incredibly useful to play. Yeah.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I found out recently that trick was in Zestiria too.
Yeah. I didn't know that, so
yeah, me neither until I played the game again recently.
Yeah, that'll be nice for when I replay that. I'll be like, oh, Edna's even more busted? Yes!
Yeah, she really is. You just keep spamming air pressure because you can upgrade it from Rock Lance or whatever.
Yeah.
You're strong, but I'm stronger.
This turns into Voidmire, then Divine Saver.
Oh, it's morning.
Yep. It is a dangerous encounter after all.
True.
Ready to die? Whatever comes next.
It's just the first step. For Boo to spam Mystic Arts. Howling Dragon.
Yeah, let's go.
If you want to
Got
live,
him.
get out of my...
Never fiddled around enough in Berseria to figure that out, like the soundtrack of it, but found the story to be pretty lackluster. Yup, I agree with that. Yup. Like, wholeheartedly. I only played through Zestiria once, though, so it's like... Because I just didn't care.
The best part of Zestiria is Jade Curtis.
No. The best part of
And he's a cameo.
the best part of Zestiria is the fact that you decided to buy it for Steven.
Yeah, can I have my money back?
I mean, to be fair, 3 years later, I actually started playing it. And now that I'm playing a spellcaster, it's actually fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say, I think the best thing in the game is Edna.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, if we could introduce you to Edna somehow, oh, I love her. Like, I've got a Twitch clip of her, or a highlight, I know that much. On my YouTube. I'll have to send that to you later. Of her having a pretty epic moment.
Yeah, Edna's freaking great.
It's the one in her dungeon where she scares off the Minotaur, and I'm just sitting there laughing my ass off. My ass. Yeah, she scared the poor Minotaur. Yep.
My mind is...
A channeling circle!
He's eating their will directly.
Oh, hey, look, angels. What is this, Symphonia?
Symphonia?
Yeah.
Like we're a bunch of heroes.
Hey, no fair! You were supposed to say, like what? Dark and light!
It is I!
I died in one hit.
Oof.
Oh.
Oof.
Oh, you know what? I'll get you. Except these things cast spells a lot. They're really annoying.
Yeah, hang on.
Like, these enemies show up later, they're super obnoxious.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you.
This is the Steam version, yes.
You're wide open!
Prince Percival, are you alright?
We were playing via Steam
Yes,
remote play, but
thank you.
it was fucking up, so
Well,
we're using Parsec.
I know I can still
Yeah.
feel scared out of my
Yeah.
wits, at least.
Yeah, you can use Steam remote play or Parsec.
It's all right now. We'll help you
Both
find
work.
your mommy, and then
Mommy was executed. They killed her because she stole food to give to me. But that's okay. They had to. Mommy was acting against reason.
So this is the true face of their suppression.
Yes, this is the ideal world sought by Shepherd Artorias.
The
As
same thing
long
happens
as
with me,
malevolence gave rise
Nazarick.
to demons, this was the only way. That's why the Kingdom of Midgand consented to his plan. But I will never
So I think it might
consent.
just be a porting issue.
Yeah, no, that's not just your computer. The line's actually
Yeah.
just cut off. Even in the PS4 version, they just cut off sometimes.
Yeah.
A world without sadness, but also without joy. A world without hate, but also without love.
You suppose the whole world's
Yeah,
like this
Parsec.
now?
It's basically a program that
No.
lets you
Even this close to the Empyrean's throne,
have people connect
some
to your
here have
PC,
held on to their free will.
like remotely,
Still, we don't have much time.
so they're able to play your games.
Right. I can
While
feel
connected to it.
Illuminat's domain spreading even now. It's incomplete, but it's quickly growing stronger.
We're currently using
Even
Parsec.
we might be suppressed if this keeps up, and then it'll be reason o'clock all day long.
Prince, Griffin is doing well.
Good. That's good.
Not you personally. Everyone who is connected to you would need to have their own gamepad connected.
Until now, I thought I was just a tool to
So
serve
we
my
all
country.
have our own
But
controller
when my
connected
feelings
on
were
our
being
ends.
torn from me,
Because we all live in
felt
different
myself
spots.
want
I live in New
something.
York. Boo lives in Maryland.
No, I thought,
DP
I don't
lives
want
in
this. I don't want to
Tennessee.
lose who I am. I understand the true horror of this ideal world now. I know it's selfish to put this burden on you, but I beg you, stop all this. Stop Shepherd Artorias.
You said something to me once. A bird that cannot fly is no bird at all. And now I
Poor
say
penguins.
this to you.
Yeah.
People stripped of their feelings
This poor
can never
penguins
truly
getting
be
eaten by
alive.
Eleanor.
Yeah. That's how I used to be.
We're
Yeah,
going to defeat
basically.
Artorias.
I'll show you real quick after
We're
this
going to make
this
this world
cutscene.
one where we can be ourselves. We're doing it for us, not for you.
You've changed, haven't you?
Correct.
You really have. You used to be a sword wielded by your own hatred. But now, you're in control. You're the one who swings the blade.
Even if I still don't know when to sheathe it.
Don't worry. When danger comes, I'll be there to protect you.
My, I'm jealous. It must be nice to have a reliable young man like that by your side.
It certainly is. Our Fee's a gallant soul.
Eisen, about Captain Eyfried.
I dealt with him. But the Abbey, they stomped all over Eyfried's pride to achieve this suppression of theirs. With these hands, I will destroy them.
Then I'm going to be selfish too. And as just another flawed human being, I will offer a humble prayer that you succeed.
Well, I'm pumped. Who wants to go cut our way into this throne of theirs?
We can't just barge in, sword for brains. We gotta prepare.
We stick to
True,
the
though.
plan. Wake up the four Empyreans and take Inominat's domain away from him.
Artorias said the ceremony wouldn't be complete until the Scarlet Night.
Will they complete the ceremony first, or will we awaken the Empyreans? It's a gamble.
Well, moping won't get us anywhere. Let's head to Mount Killer House.
Eleanor, babe.
Right. It's time to suppress the suppression.
Yeah, so in my controller settings, I am number 1, Darius is number 2, and then Boo is number 3. And they all have their own individual gamepads.
Yeah. We have our own controllers that are connected to our computers, but because it's simulating us being connected to his, it's like it's connected to his.
Yeah. The only issue with Parsec is that we've had so far, because we've just started testing it today, is that whenever
Eleanor,
they talk,
did the
it
Exorcists
cuts out
know
the game
about this when
audio
they agreed to help Artorias?
They couldn't have.
for them.
The Exorcist
Not
I
for
know
me.
fought
Yeah,
for a world
just for
where
us.
people could live their lives in happiness and peace.
But then how do you explain the fact that the Exorcists seem to accept what's going on?
Maybe that was just what I wanted to believe.
But we're still
It
messing
could be
around
that
with it, so we'll
Inominat's
probably
suppression is
find a way
also
to fix it
affecting
later.
the Exorcists.
You mean Inominat might have taken control of their will and
Because
made
we
them
just
his
started
tools?
using it today,
Completely believable.
since Steam wasn't working.
Exorcists are too hard-headed to be open to much
Or
persuasion.
Remote Play on Steam
If
wasn't
I stayed
working.
with the Abbey, I might have accepted this world too. Thank you, Laphicet. It's your strength that protects my heart from wavering.
You really think so?
Of course I do. Have a little more self-confidence.
Guess it's a good thing I captured you then.
That's true. I owe you my gratitude as well. Thank you.
Seriously?
Quite. To be able to express what's in my heart is a wonderful thing.
You still drive me mad. But I can't disagree there.
Monka S, it's a good thing she captured her.
Even when not yet fully awakened.
By the way, Monk asked for
Innomina
DP
can
as like a
extend
worried,
his reach
scared
to the
emote on
entire
Twitch.
world.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Okay,
Probably in the
cool.
same sorry state as the ones we've seen.
But thank you.
Or perhaps even worse.
Magilu?
Tried setting it
there
up via
some art
Steam
that
and
can
you couldn't
awaken
assign the
Malekith?
second pad as
What do you mean?
just had one connected to your
Well,
PC. Maybe you
If
screwed
I
up
could
somewhere.
just use the flames of purification properly.
Even if you could alter reality with that power, you'd end up destroying yourself in the process. Do you want to awaken that badly?
I need more power.
I'm okay with Eleanor X
For
Velvet.
Velvet's sake?
For her too, but I hate what the Abbey is doing. It's just wrong. This world of theirs is without any joy. I just want to do everything I can to stop them. This is what I want, with my own free will. And
I know of no such art. And even if I did, it wouldn't
More
help you.
power.
Huh?
You've already found strength in your heart. There's no magic that can make that stronger. What you need is to be ready and determined. And to be brave.
I guess you're right. Thanks, Magilu.
No thanks necessary. 100 gold will cover it.
You want me to pay you?
Hey, good advice isn't free. What do I look like, a sidewalk psychiatrist? I'm a witch.
She always has to be so difficult.
I mean, yeah, she's Erica Lidbeck. She's Erica.
So you can ship pretty much any character with any other character in this game, but I always was amused by the concept of Eleanor joining Eisen's pirates and just stealing his thunder whenever they arrive at a new island. The ruins of this place are... Oh, let me explain it for you!
Yeah!
The Reaper.
You are saddening the Reaper.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, as you can see, we're pretty far into this playthrough. Like, we've been at it for a little while.
Yeah, Velvet's being nice. What's up with that?
Yeah, the three of us have already played through a majority of this, Symphonia and Berseria Definitive Edition. So. Let me check something. Okay. Next on the list is either going to be Abyss or Graces, probably.
Oh, good. It seems you're both still here inside me, then.
It is not as though we desired these circumstances. We're only here because you ate us.
I'll make no apologies.
You wish to sacrifice us to the 4 elemental Empyreans, is that it?
Yes. I won't apologize for that, either.
It matters not. Your sins are nothing a mere apology could ever absolve.
I know.
At least you're aware of how selfish you are. Good for you, then.
Remember this well, Lord of Calamity. No matter how many times I am reborn, I will act the same.
Why does your voice sound different?
As will I.
Oscar, your voice just sounded randomly different.
Yeah, it did sound different.
And I as well.
Did you say something?
Just dreaming is all. But I know now how deep my sins run.
Velvet, there's something I've wanted to talk to you about. It's about the Therians. And about Laphicet.
Let me guess. The link between us and Innominat.
Yes. There's no way of knowing what will happen until we actually try, but...
You don't have to worry about me. I said it before. Best just to blame all the wickedness of the world on the Lord of Calamity.
Don't you try to shoulder all of this yourself!
But yes, I will say,
Exorcists are just as much at fault for letting
adore
things
the
come to
Tales
this.
games.
So let me
They're my
ponder what to
favorite.
do about Kamala
I
and
don't
the
stream
rest.
them very often.
But you need to think about
Heck, this
Laphicet.
isn't usually around the
There,
time I
I've
stream
said my
normally.
piece.
I normally stream during the afternoon. It's evening for
I
me.
don't know which of us
Like
is more
like
stubborn.
nighttime.
Still, I've got to
This
face
isn't
the
my normal
truth.
stream time, so.
I've got to tell him.
But this is the only time that Darius is available to play, so...
Oh, good. This place hasn't been
But I do
suppressed
play a
yet.
lot of RPGs, like Paper Mario, like
We're
Wild
loaded.
Arms,
Give me
like
a
Tales.
hand, will ya?
So... And some occasional speedrun content, too.
Hey, you listening?
Sorry. Something just feels weird. Like there's something tugging at my thoughts.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of that lately. But pull yourself together. Yeesh!
Yet being the operative term here.
We'd better get a move on.
Benwick, don't leave Kamoana or Medissa's domain. Got it? The Therians are part of Innominat. They should be able to resist suppression to some extent.
Aye, aye. You watch yourself too, First Mate.
Alright.
Mount Killerhouse is at the northern edge of Northgand. Bit of a trek.
It'd be nice if we could resupply along the way.
There's a town, Mercio, near the foot of the volcano. It faces the sea.
I
but
know
the
where that
currents
is,
lately
okay.
have been too strong to approach it by water. However, the land route should still be clear.
The whole continent has been getting colder of late. Not just Northgand.
Colder. Could it have something to do with Innominat? Or maybe it's because the elemental Empyreans are asleep.
Both sound possible. But think too hard about the cold, and it'll give you the shivers.
Yeah, but even so...
Whatever the case, our course remains the same. We'll head to Mercio and work from there.
I
My
vaguely
son
remember
came
this
home
part.
from the capital and said he'd take over the family fishing business. That was always my dream. But is it really best for the world? For him to waste his talents on such a primitive activity?
Dad, what are you saying? I thought we talked about this.
You should use your education to help the country and people all across the world. That is the way of reason.
That guy is acting really oddly.
Wait, we talked about this?
Yeah, you agreed that I should use my knowledge to advance fishing technology and stabilize the world's food supply. Remember?
Oh. Yes, that's right.
Shape up, Dad. What's the problem? Drinking too much?
Just a nightcap before bed.
If you need some rest, I'll take the boat out myself today.
That'd be the day. Like I'd put you in charge. You're not ready to take the boat out by yourself.
An ill-fated fisherman's fortune. His memories are muddied. But is it divine will that dulls his wits, or drink?
A sailor who can't handle his drink is just as shameful as one who gets seasick.
Yeah, my favorite game series would be Tales, Wild Arms, Star Ocean, Final Fantasy, older ones specifically.
Daddy, we're having a long-armed crab hot pot party when you
And
come
yeah.
home tonight.
As the world gets colder, the long-armed crab's habitat expands.
Do your best out there today.
If the crabs breed too quickly, it will affect the fish.
Hey, that guy is...
Daddy? You're acting weird.
Oh, sorry about that. My mind just wandered away from me there for a second.
If you do that on your boat, you'll fall into the sea.
Yeah, that's right. I'll be careful.
Good luck out there.
That boy's father, he was acting strangely.
The suppression is starting to affect people out here, too.
Just want to double check. You guys still here?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Just being kind of quiet.
We opened our arms and welcomed that vagabond into our town. But despite our kindness, he robbed us, started fights, caused trouble. Then he stole a boat.
Caused trouble.
But I was the one that let him go. I'm guilty too. We have to be strict with criminals.
Rogues always seem to drift into hell of ease, don't they?
Huh? Were we talking about something?
Wait, did you forget what you just said?
Yeah, I hope I didn't say anything strange.
We were talking about how nice of a guy you were.
Huh?
Don't be so hard on yourself, okay?
Huh?
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 He's going full.
Yeah.
It's go time.
Figala Ice Caps. That's actually nearby.
Yeah, that's nearby.
No idea where that is. Titania. Yeah. No. No.
This
Screw
one
this one. I know it sucks.
What is that?
So I have a video on this one that has a lot of views because people come in like, so how do you actually beat this boss? Because it resists literally everything. The only way for you to kill it is to have a bunch of equipment on that reflects damage and reflects nullified damage, and then have other skills that nullify void damage. And so that way it only uses void attacks, so it'll hit you and hopefully kill itself, and that's the only way you can kill it.
That is really dumb.
Yeah.
Literally all it is was I was just running around in circles like, hit me, come on, hit me.
Yeah. It's like,
Until eventually the skills kick in and it kills itself.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
It's even colder here than last time.
You're right. It was merely freezing before. Now it goes straight to the bone.
Bone!
Allow me
Bone!
Not necessarily.
Correct.
Oh, the sneezes are going around? So cold.
So gold.
If it's this bad here, I dread to think of what the Guyberg ice field is like.
The tundra past Mount Killerhouse? Is it really that cold?
I've stayed up in the mountains many times for my training. With all the snow, I imagine it'd be pretty rough for a normal human.
Why are you sneezing all of a sudden? Demons aren't supposed to feel cold.
Nah, a snowflake just flew up my nose and...
Achoo!
You're sneezing too.
My hair was blowing around and it tickled my nose.
But according to the old book I read, it isn't supposed to snow much around Guyberg.
Because of lava from the volcano and the Earth's natural heat. I bet the book calls it Guyberg Plains, too.
Yeah, it says Mount Killerhouse was highly active, and the area used to be famous for its hot springs.
But now it's... What?
Why are you all staring?
They're all expecting you to sneeze, I think.
Everyone else is doing it. Now give us a good show.
Sorry everyone. No sneezes here.
Oh, what a cinnamon
I'll
bun.
practice for next time.
I'll practice for next time.
Precious.
Adorbs.
Oh man.
Alright, where's that code red?
I don't know.
It's here somewhere. We're gonna kick its ass because it's an earlier game enemy, but...
Yeah.
So are we gonna kick its ass the way we did to Kamoana? Kick her ass!
Kick her ass! Kick her ass!
So how are those enemies dying automatically?
Because we were riding into them with the board and they're weak enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, he doesn't even want to fight us. He's like, ah, shit.
Ready to die? Whatever comes next, this is just the first step! To kill you! Howling Dragon!
Dark and light!
Fly away, little bird.
Dark and light!
Yeah. Equipment worn by
Dunked it.
Yep. You know it. Yeah. And also through the magic of Parsec, they can see my chat.
Huzzah!
PP can. I could see it before.
You're saddening the DP.
Okay. I think. Through Faldies, okay.
Yeah.
Bonk.
Slam.
Bonk.
Yeah, I like how they just explode.
Yep.
I'm all about it.
I remember this place. This place sucked.
Yeah, I did.
This place.
Now we can just bowl over everything.
Yeah. Bonk.
And bonk.
Get bonked, idiots.
Which way? Okay.
Didn't even see that one.
Bonk. Bonk.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
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 Herb. Maybe I'll use them eventually.
Yeah, maybe eventually. Yeah, I like never use those kinds of
Yeah,
items.
it's like, yeah.
Like, I gotta hold on to them. Oh, I have these?
Yeah.
It's only a bit further to the town of Mercio.
And once we're past Mercio,
As long as I can
we'll
dodge
find our
that stupid
destiny on
code
Mount
red.
Kilaros.
I know it's supposed to be cold here.
It's pretty out of the
but
way.
I didn't think it would be this cold.
It's in like its own
Reviving
area.
the elemental Empyreans is bound to alter this weather.
I'm not sure how much warmer it'll get in a time we'll still be alive.
Keep moving. The cold and the climb don't matter. We have to move forward. We can't stop until the elemental Empyreans have been revived.
Unless you want to straight up tell me if we have the reflect strat. Straight up.
I know we have spiked shoes, which have one of the abilities. I forget which one. I think it's the reflect ability on them.
Okay.
And I mean, we should have the equipment for it. I don't know if we've learned all the skills for them, but
Just the walking
basically,
guillotine.
yeah. The way to make it optimal is to have all the equipment mastered.
Yeah.
And then, as well, have it equipped.
Okay.
The light of virtue! The dark of vice! Blinding chaos!
Tactical nuke incoming!
You're just lucky I made it. You're strong.
I hope I did a good job.
You sure did. Because I'm controlling you. Because
Wait, boat!
Boat! No, Flynn.
Ready to die? Whatever comes next. This is just the first step. To kill you! Howling Dragon!
I did good, didn't I?
Sure did.
We will need to be extremely wary.
As long as I will lose Maelstrom!
Yeah.
Sure did.
You beat it.
You beat it.
We will need to be extremely wary.
Wow, I think he was so short that my wind lance went right over him.
Nice.
Not bad.
Not bad.
The way the audio was, it just sounded like, nope!
Nope.
Yeah.
We needed more ice places, right?
Yep. Always.
Hold on. Geotree.
Geotree.
Are we ready for this?
What do you mean, are we ready for this? We've already fought plenty of these guys.
Blade of Heaven's will pierce mine enemy! Divine favor!
They were nothing.
Do you like my exploding orbs of death around the battlefield now?
Yeah, orbs.
I don't think we have a chance!
Oh, I thought I was the one switching targets. Oh, I am. I'm playing 3 now.
Oh.
I forgot I was playing 3 now.
Yeah. Devour.
Maybe weak 2. Oh.
Huge!
Is it hot or is it just me? Is it hot or is it just me?
Overkill?
Yeah, a little bit.
There are none who can resist my speed.
At least these ice places aren't slippery and unlike other games. True.
Yeah.
Are we ready for this?
Yes, we're
Are
ready.
you ready for this?
I don't know, we're on intense, but we're doing fine.
Are we back on intense?
Maybe? I forget.
I know we went to hard at one point.
Yeah. God damn it. Leave my cinnamon bun alone.
I just feel like people need me.
Is everyone alright?
I must go.
Good luck.
I need the cube.
Cube.
Oh, we're on hard. Okay. It's fine.
I don't think we have a chance.
We're fine. Stop being negative.
Our characters are so negative, we're like, we're totally going to die.
We're not going to die. Look how little we're dying. Look how little.
What? Can you stand?
You actually gain more XP in grade when you're on a harder difficulty. I think. You earn more grade, definitely.
The modifier for experience points is less, but the enemies are higher level, so it kind of evens out.
Yeah.
And you can absolutely earn more grade.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
So he's supposed to be cold, but he looks like he's just excited.
He's on watch with
Yeah.
no sleep. I was 10 freaking minutes late. It's not like the mine is gonna fall apart.
Hey,
Sure, whatever. If you got business here, go on in.
yeah, we'll do that.
They'll pay for this.
Does not sound like what you said. But Rassafrassin, sure.
Rassafrassin.
I don't remember this place.
Wow. I didn't know so many people lived up here on the northern edge of the world.
This town was built around the mining of flamestone, which can only be found here on Mount Killerhouse.
So if anything happens to the volcano, this town's screwed.
So releasing the two souls here will surely destroy the town. Inhuman, aren't I? Curse me all you want.
I have no right to. The Abbey has proven itself just as heartless.
People living here must have the will to endure the cold, to fight back against this pitiless environment. I'd rather have that strength than feel nothing in the face of my troubles and pain.
Agreed. A life without feeling is a box of stupid.
A box of
Yes,
stupid.
a vast container of...
Stupid.
Stupid.
Right. The question is, can we wake up all 4 elemental Empyreans with the souls Velvet has absorbed? If Inominat's revival and the Empyrean slumber are related, we should assume we need all 4 Empyreans to stop him.
I think I'll only be able to wake 2. There are only 2 souls left inside of me. Teresa's and Oscar's.
Are you sure?
Yes, I can tell.
I don't know if 2 Empyreans will be enough to fight him. This is my responsibility. I offer my own soul...
Well, if we don't have enough, let's knock on Shigure's door. His soul would make a fine sacrifice.
Old man Melchior, too. His heart's as cold as a witch's teat, but he's free of malevolence. You're truly ready to take on 2 lands at once?
I was born ready. It's not like they'll sit back and ignore us anyway.
And with Artorias and Inominat all tied up with their suppression party, this is the perfect chance to take them out.
Acting with caution is... a box of stupid, I take it? Now you're catching on.
My girl.
All right. Leave it to me.
So, I'm all stoked for the god waking, but what's the plan?
The road to the volcano is on the other side of town. Let's start by taking a quick look around.
Have you heard the rumors about the Lord of Calamity?
No. What rumors?
That deadly demon whose rampage began in Helavis. The Abbey finally got her. I heard that she bites anyone who meets her gaze, that she devours humans as a snack, and that she has the head of a wolf. I was terrified of what might happen if she showed up here. Now, I can finally rest easy, knowing that she's gone.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to get bitten, that's for sure.
I know. I'm so relieved. I don't want a demon to kill me.
Definitely not. In fact, if you ever meet one, you should run. Fast.
Yeah, oh man, it's so good that the Lord of Calamities hasn't showed up here.
Yeah.
The gatekeeper, he wasn't mean to you, was he?
He was pretty angry about being forced to watch the gate, but he let us pass through no problem.
I know that being forced to be on watch for 3 days straight is excessively harsh, but still. He wandered here from another town one day. He barely ever does any work and has a habit of pilfering things. He skipped out on his duties in the Flamestone mines, and while we were busy working, he was sneaking into our empty houses to steal things.
So that's why you made him stand at the edge of the village.
Yeah. We're bringing him food, of course. We told him that if he doesn't like it, he can leave.
Still, is he actually accomplishing anything out there?
He may be bold enough to rob us, but he's a real coward. If a demon showed up, he'd shut the gates and come running. He doesn't have anywhere else to go, so we're hoping that eventually he'll realize the error of his ways.
If you keep forcing him to stand out there in the cold, he might find another place to go. The afterlife.
There's a flower growing in an herb growing in an igloo.
What a
Don't
peaceful,
question it.
serene place.
You sure it isn't just the snow?
But doesn't it look pure and beautiful?
Well, I think it's pretty too.
But that doesn't guarantee the citizens will be.
Not you too, Eisen.
Paint the skies.
Kind enough to let a shirker stand out in the cold for 3 days.
He might have been up to no good. Every town has sunny spots and shadows.
I'm well aware of that, but...
This discussion isn't leading anywhere. We'll know once we go see for ourselves. Just think of it like your old job. Investigate and find the truth.
Yes, I believe I shall.
Mershio has been getting colder every year. We used to have a spring and summer. Short though they were.
Aggressive mooing.
Still,
I wasn't ready. Not ready for it.
People all over the world need it, you know? That's why no matter how tough it gets, we keep on with our lives here, while holding pride in our work.
This place is our home.
Oh my
The
god.
warmth inside our hearts can keep the chill away. This town really is warm then. I like the way you talk.
Make sure to take a dip in a hot spring before you leave. Oh, here's a tip. The water is scalding hot, so put some snow in to lower the temperature. Snow in the tub. Got it?
Oh my god!
Pull the sounds of the game and not worry about if they sound louder than other things.
Wait, hold on. How do you feel about this? Can you tell me? No? There you go.
He had to think about it for a moment.
Oh my god! This is the single greatest animal sound. That is expensive.
It's very, yeah, they're very expensive.
Think I'll pass on that.
Yeah.
Get you that. I like this brand new stuff. That. Okay. And these. And that. Oh. You gotta go pee? Are you okay, kid?
Demons in town!
Everyone, run away!
Damn it! What happened to the gate watch? He's the one who turned into a demon!
I think you missed.
Now's your chance. Run! Sorry, but you're going to help me.
Burp.
Thank you so much. How can we ever repay you?
I have a message for the Abbey's legates. On the next Scarlet Night, I will offer a sacrifice to Mount Killerhouse and strip Inominat of his power. I dare them to try and stop me!
She just ate the demon with her arm. She's...
I am corruption made flesh! Velvet, the Lord of Calamity!
This city is ours. Flee to the south, puny humans. Hurry, before our dark mistress sucks the marrow from your very bones.
You lead us all! Run for it!
That was splendid. We should do this more often.
It went well, except
Ow! What was that for?
there will be no sucking of marrow. My sister has proper table manners.
Oh, what a waste. The marrow's the tastiest part. It kinda is.
Damn.
Now the citizens of Mershio won't be so
I'm 3 years old.
They just tore their homes and livelihoods away. This wasn't for them. This was to summon the legates here. That's all.
Even so, I thank you for what you've done, O fearsome Lord of Calamity.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that, O exalted praetor of the Abbey.
A whole crowd of people were fleeing south. What happened?
Benwick, why are you here?
Angry
I
Bird.
had a delivery for the first mate. Kurogane and Kamoana are here too.
No.
You brought Kamoana?
No.
She absolutely insisted on following me. Poor kid said she had a dream that you died, Eleanor.
That's nice. We don't care.
How long do we have until Shigure and the others get here?
Given the distance, my guess is they won't show up until the Scarlet Night.
Then I think I'll make use of that time. Kurogane wanted me for something, I take it?
Aye, that's what he said.
All right then. Everyone go rest up.
Good idea. We've got a battle to prepare for.
This may be the last breather we get. As always, better make sure you leave no regrets.
Fee, anything could happen. Don't leave town.
Can I stay with you, Velvet?
I don't mind, but you sure?
Yeah.
Do what you like then.
Wait, hang on. You got anything to say about us staying in town? Thanks.
Writing another letter to your sister?
Nope. This time she sent one to him. Man, she hardly ever writes back. Hope this ain't a bad omen.
Shut it.
Aizen, that's great news.
I told her about all of you in my last letter. Seems she was amused. Says you sound appropriate for me, and she'd love to meet you.
Weird sister you've got.
You don't know the half of it. A girl weird enough to want to live alongside the Reaper, no matter the cost.
I'd love to meet her, too.
I'll warn you.
Touch my sister and I'll kill you. Right? Sheesh. You say that to every guy you meet.
But she has to become part of my ever-growing harem.
Nah,
yeah.
Just obsessed.
That's even worse.
We'll all go meet her together someday.
I like your confidence.
Yeah, I man the wheel of my own ship.
Aye, as do I. And all of you. And even her.
So much for everybody leaving town. These people are just chilling.
Yeah, everyone's just hanging out.
Yeah, they're just like, whatever. Like, I'm sure we'll be fine.
It's like, too much effort.
Yeah. Tree.
What's that sound?
It's Kurogane.
He must be forging another sword.
What's that sound?
Certainly is. The old fellow's
Can't wait for his new sword to break like all the others.
He's turning himself into a sword?
He can do that? Is that possible?
Who knows? Either way, it's what he decided to do. We had one last drink together.
You'd go that far to defeat Shigure and Stormhowl.
I would. I'll turn a friend into a sword to kill my own brother. I'm a jerk.
I'm in no position to judge.
I'm wondering how he's
think
able
you
to turn
are.
himself into
Whatever
one.
you may
Just
look
saying.
like,
Yeah.
you're human. You hate because you love, and feel as much hurt as you do anger. That's human. Kurogane is with me. He agreed to it. What our blacksmith friend feels towards Stormhowl is more than resentment. It's admiration, too.
That's why he wanted to do it. He wanted to put everything he had into one final clash.
Shigure's the same. He has that very human strength to take the good along with the bad and just keep pushing ahead. A strength that I, as a demon, can never match.
Brooding doesn't suit you, Rokuro.
Yeah, you're gonna go get your friend broken.
You wanted to be a swordsman greater than any other. That's why you fought and bled to perfect your skills. That's the sort of man you are.
Yep, that's who I am.
I like that part of you, Rokuro.
Me too. Thanks.
Now, why are you here? No. like seriously, why are you here?
Also, I like how he just sort of like turtles on the geoboard.
Yep. It's pretty great. Excuse me, pardon me.
Pardon me?
Just looking for my friends.
Taking all your shit?
Yeah,
Pardon me?
taking all your shit, finding my friends, taking all your shit. Oh, hi, Bienfu. And Dial. And Kamwana. Go away from Kamwana immediately.
Yeah, you get out of here. Be nice if whenever she tried to talk, instead all we heard was "Mrrr."
Yeah, exactly.
100. Ready or not, here I come. Ring it. Okay, gonna find you.
Having fun?
Kamawana insisted that we play, so...
Madam Eleanor! I followed Kamawana for you. She's hiding right over there. Wow, cheating against a kid? That's low.
I didn't! Bad Bienfu! No cheating!
Huh? But when I play with Miss Makilu, she always makes me do that.
She's a terrible influence on you.
Eleanor, why aren't you looking?
Because nobody wants to find you.
Kamawana and Dial!
What? No, Fissy! That's cheating!
I didn't cheat. I simply utilized Bienfu's cheating. That's called strategy.
Plans must be solid and reactions flexible, right?
Right. See, Kamawana? I'm smart and strong. You don't have to worry about me.
Why am I the bad guy now?
I can handle Bienfu, too. Don't worry. I'll make sure everyone makes it back safe.
Okay.
Come, Moana. If you're feeling better now, head back, okay? It's too cold, you'll go into hibernation.
No.
I'm not a crocodile, I'm a lizard.
Is it?
Not even close! You think crocodiles can regrow their tails?
It has to be possible.
For crocodiles to regrow their
There
tails?
must be a way to make a better world for everyone. Humans, demons, molecules.
I mean, either way,
and
it has to
I
be
intend
possible.
find it.
Eleanor said so.
It might take years. No, decades, centuries, generations. Even if it takes me millennia, I'll do it.
Playing the long game, I take it?
I believe in you, Eleanor. You'll find a way.
I will. Once I've made up my mind, nothing can stop me.
Yep.
Trust me, we know.
Like, Eleanor, babe, we know.
Eleanor, babe, we get it. Eleanor, babe, I get it. You cheated at hide and seek. Next time you do it, I'll kill you.
Lord of Calamity, your schemes are your own business. But
Why
I
is she a
won't stand
vampire,
by if
Banks?
Kamawana's fate is involved.
Good question.
It's a bit late for that. If you mean to stop me, you'll have to strike me down first. You asked for it.
Achoo! Ugh.
I found an inn with a nice big hot spring. Warm yourself up before you catch cold.
What a darling you are! I'll take you up on that. Gotta conserve my strength.
Good idea. Fee, want to join me?
What? No way!
No need to hold back on my account. The bath at the inn should be huge.
That's not the problem! Achoo!
See? Hurry up and get in.
Why do you do this to me? I'll bathe alone, thank you. You go first.
Fine, fine. What is it?
Just a little errand. Watch these folks for a bit, all right? Looks like you got our message.
You plan on awakening the 4 Empyreans.
Age hasn't dulled your wits, I see.
Surely you know the consequences. You know the chaos you will bring if you take that route.
Oh yeah, so much chaos. Inominat's amplified resonance will return to normal, the Malachim will regain free will. Many exorcists will lose their power to do whatever they do, and the Abbey will lose its means of control.
While the demon threat will remain unchanged.
Not only that, but the elemental balance of this world will be thrown into turmoil for hundreds of years. Earth will shift, skies will go mad, seas will swell, volcanoes will erupt. It'll be quite a show.
All of civilization will regress. The eruption of Mount Killerus alone will rob humanity of its source of flamestone, and consequently, of gunpowder.
Sounds fun. Hey, don't worry about it. I'm sure mankind will think of something. Go humans!
Go humans!
Just what do you think humans are?
The wellspring of all malevolence. Thus must emotion be quelled, and reason bring order to the world, until the day that humanity can repent and overcome their sins. I get that right?
You did. Inominat was awakened for that very purpose.
We are the instruments of change, hated for our sacrifice. We are the shadow of the shepherd who brings salvation.
Will you not return to our side? You still seem to think of yourself as a maven.
think of nothing more boring than your ideal world.
It is a world of purity.
A garden of fake flowers, good for show and nothing else.
It's a world of order built on righteous ideals.
Those ideals are twisted! Can a flower hold beauty if it does not wilt? Can a wolf be satisfied eating grass? The thought makes me rich, as do those who wish for it, and those content to live in shackles! Let the biting bugs go ahead and eat what they want to eat. Let the weeds grow where they want to grow! Some may look down on them and scoff at their foolishness, but their unwavering wills are proof that they're alive! If that's what you call evil, then I will live and die with evil as my mantra!
Then I have no choice but to crush you.
Used to treating people as bugs, aren't you?
We got your back, Magilu.
Wait. Now is not the time. His life belongs to the Lord of Calamity. Melchior Maven, I'll see you at the volcano. Don't you worry. I'll be sure to be there as you breathe your last.
Very well. It will save me the trouble of having to crush you one by one.
Somebody doesn't remember that we kicked his ass.
You haven't changed at all, Master.
Animated cutscene.
How was
Well,
the
we don't get to
inside?
see the bath.
Not bad. I feel warmer now.
Hmm? Your face is all red. In there too long?
No, I'm staring right at your boobs.
No, I feel fine. Oh,
You mind? Help me comb my hair.
can I?
Yes, please. Be careful, okay? I can't contain it.
You know something, Velvet? Your hair is really beautiful. You know, that power that I have. If I could master the silver flame, I might be able to turn you back into a human.
A human, huh? If we ever had a chance to start over, I'd love to cook for you every day. My quiches are much better than anything they sell in the stores.
Okay, then I'll fetch the water and chop the firewood.
All by yourself?
Of course! I'm gonna get a lot taller soon, and I'm gonna get stronger too.
Yes, you will. I know you will.
Great! Then I'll start looking for a way to master...
No. It's too late. I've made too many sacrifices. Too many to ever come back from. I can't.
But Velvet...
Even worse, I haven't stopped. I'm willing to sacrifice others to keep going forward. If we kill Innominat, what will happen to the Therians who are part of him? Will they return to normal?
Well...
It's likely that they'll all die. I know it. I dug my own grave. But what about Kamoana and Medissa?
I mean, who cares
More
about
importantly,
Kamoana?
What about you, Fee? You are connected to him. I know I might die if I go through with this, but still I have to do it. Even if it means I have to sacrifice everyone that I know. Even you who saved me. The Lord of Calamity isn't a demon lord. She's just a selfish, horrible girl.
I have something to confess. I don't like being called
you in the
Fee.
bath.
I really don't. I think that name's too childish.
Laufey said the same thing to me.
I'm sure that he did. Velvet, you really don't understand boys at all.
Yeah, you're right, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I forgive you.
Thank you. Laufey said.
Is Velvet in there? Yeah, but now's not the best time.
I'm here.
Dry up. Break time's over. The legates have arrived.
Another scarlet night.
Losing your nerve, Velvet?
I think not.
Don't worry. Leave Shigure to me.
Where's Kurogane?
Here with me. Kurogane and I will cut Shigure down.
And Aizen. Sorry, but Melchior's mine to eat. Got it?
Got it. But at the very least, you're gonna let me watch.
Magilo, you do whatever you want. Go nuts out there.
I'm like a shooting star! I'm always nuts.
Benwick, when you see your chance, take the others back to the Von Eltia and await orders.
Aye, aye.
Laufey said.
Let's go.
Eleanor, keep Laufey safe, please.
I will. Worry not.
Let's move. We go to kill the Exorcist legates and engulf this world in the flames of chaos!
Really sounds like convincing good guys with this triumphant music, huh?
I know, right?
We're so wholesome.
Yeah.
If I'm in this 100%.
Fine. Oh, understood. Let's do our best.
A merchant friend who works with the Abbey told me about this one weird Class 4 island. Some exorcist went there, and when they came back, they were laid up in bed, having awful nightmares and saying strange things in their sleep.
What sort of things?
Stuff like the walls moving and attacking them. Fairies flying in front of them. All kinds of weird.
Couldn't those just be demons they saw there?
Hey!
I mean, yeah, being a villain is more
Towards the
fun.
end, they were talking about not wanting
But
to
like,
see
this
people's
triumphant
backs.
music is not fitting.
They hated backs? What could that mean?
I don't know. That's what makes it so strange.
Maybe they saw the back of some demon on the island and they don't want to be reminded.
Your guess is as good as mine. But if you do decide to go, you'd best watch your backs.
Well, I'm going there first.
Oh yeah. There might have even been another one that we had
Don't
unlocked
worry,
before and hadn't got a
Kamala.
chance to go to.
There's
Okay.
nothing to fear here.
Fear? It's just a...
All right, I guess I'll tell you.
All right.
Velvet and her friends left to go fight one last battle. It's a really important fight. For you, for me, and for everyone in the whole wide world.
How important?
More than I can even imagine. And right now, nobody knows how it'll go, or what will happen afterward.
That sounds...
It is. That's why I was thinking of praying for you to be safe, sweetie. No matter what happens. But it just feels strange to do that.
Strange?
Well, my God was someone who'd take away the feelings of those who prayed to him.
That's...
Yeah, I think he would.
I think... Don't worry, and Sword...
Kamawana.
Please stop talking, Kamawana.
Yeah, please stop
I think I
talking.
can count on all of you more than I can
Wait a
on
minute.
God at this
I
point.
just realized.
What?
Anytime she's talking, I can just talk and I won't be able to hear her. Let's go!
Yeah, except I have to hear her.
I know she will.
Kick her ass! Let's go!
Your mother will protect you.
It doesn't work because I still hear her.
Oh, Kamawana, Medusa. Surely there's some way we can save Kamawana and the others.
I couldn't tell
We
you.
just saved the
I
others.
just feel like I have to do something. For Kamawana.
Yeah, forget her. Save the others.
Yeah. I was going for a while.
Hey, teacher? You managed to decipher what the ancient book had to say about Inominat's awakening, didn't you?
Right after we escaped
Show me
from
the pirate
Titania,
child.
yes.
Wrong game.
I'm just
Hi,
sorry it
Thermal.
wasn't of
Hi,
much
Thermal.
use to you.
Oh, come on, Grim. I'd say it turned out all right.
That's not for you to decide.
You're not seriously blaming Grim for all that.
No, I'm not. But I'd still like to know anything more
Yeah.
specific about Inominat.
Please, tell us what you've learned.
All right. What Inominat
Same series,
needs to
wrong
fully
game.
awaken isn't a large quantity of malevolence, but rather the quality of it, in 8 types. Specifically, he needs despair, hatred, greed, conceit,
I'm
lust,
doing alright. How about you?
obsession, cowardice, and selfishness.
If each was assigned to a single Therian, then Velvet would be hatred and Kamawana greed, right?
Medusa would be conceit. Teresa is lust. And Orthrus, obsession?
And cowardice for Griffin. That leaves the Rhino Stagros with selfishness.
But Artorius was trying to steal despair from me. How does that fit in? 8 types of malevolence and only 7 Therians. It definitely doesn't
Sports
add up.
ball.
Whatever the case, it seems obtaining this 8th malevolence is the final obstacle before Inominat's full awakening.
I see. That would certainly explain Artorius' behavior. His plan was to foster profound hatred within Velvet, before plunging her into despair.
And he used her brother to do it.
If that's true, gathering all the Therians served a greater purpose. Right now,
Yeah, so sports
the Abbey
ball.
has no means to collect despair.
But with Teresa dead, shouldn't a new Therian have taken her place?
Yeah, but after we killed her, the Abbey still went out of their way to try to capture me. That must mean they haven't been able to secure the new Therian. And even if they did, it wouldn't have despair.
That's a good point. Artorius spent 3 long years trying to foster the despair within you. If that is indeed the specific type of malevolence Inominat needs, it must not be something one can find overnight.
Right. We need to attack while there's still time. Indeed. Yet,
Is something troubling you?
yes. It comes down to the very idea of quality where malevolence is concerned. When you talk about the relative quality of something, what you're really talking about is its purity. That would mean that Therians pick out and devour this pure malevolence.
Yeah.
But malevolence by its very nature is impure. Therefore, for some person or creature to become a Therian, they'd need to be responsive to a purity of impurity. Surely few could ever meet such a stringent criterion.
So we don't need to worry so much?
Oh, but I think I know someone who fits that description.
For the most part, yes,
Perhaps
Thermal.
a certain succession of top
For
exorcists
the most
who have
part.
tried to suppress and,
And
purify the spread of malevolence.
This is by far my favorite, like,
You don't
series
mean-
of RPGs.
It's just a concern. For now, at least.
No. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Dang.
Dang it. Plot is preventing us from using our bottle.
Preventing us from the...
Yeah. Why does that map look weird?
Because elevation.
Oh, I see. Okay. But yeah, I've played through a good majority of the Tales games. Psst, game, where do you want me to go?
It's one of the exits. I don't remember which one though. I think it's the one to your right. Yeah, it's that one.
If only I could just use my power to seal Inominat.
Looks like you're raring to go.
She?
Hey,
It's a
Lucky
he.
set.
Yeah,
Just
that's a
don't be
dude.
too eager to help, okay?
And no, he's riding a
You've got a
board.
bad habit of trying
Yeah, it's
to play
basically a
the good
hoverboard.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not a good guy. I'm a selfish, wicked little boy.
That's so.
But if you acknowledge your own selfishness, then it's something you've chosen for yourself, right?
Yeah.
Then we have that in common. Now, all that's left is to follow your own creed. Only that.
Besides, I'm a demon. Even if you were the worst of the worst, I'd be like, cool.
Cool.
Thanks,
Cool.
Aizen. Thanks, Rokuro.
Yeah, it's a boy.
Velvet. Don't give up on Laphicet just yet, okay?
So, you were eavesdropping on us at the inn.
Heavens! I never knew a praetor to be so utterly shameless!
All right, I was. But that's not what I'm trying to say here. What I'm trying to say is...
I know. No matter how selfish you are, life's empty without anyone to share it with.
Correct. She's got a point.
More than anything, I don't want to give up. Not on myself.
Oh boy, it looks pretty.
Yeah, nice and red.
Yeah.
Are we ready for this?
Dark and light!
Crusher!
Dark and light! No mercy!
No sir mercy!
Dark and light!
It's over, right?
What is all this?
Oh, calm down. It's just steam.
Really?
It's just Steam not working today.
Yeah.
Mount Killeros is melting the bottom of the glacier.
Of course. The heat and the cold are engaged in a feudal war. Just like someone I know.
Why not worry about the path you're taking?
The path I'm taking? Oh, hot! Wait.
Hot!
Ice?
Is boiling hot water.
How can you be so calm right now? One false step and we're poached!
Probably.
If you don't slip, you won't die.
For the Reaper,
Yeah.
you're certainly optimistic.
Where's that famous apathy of yours today, Magilou?
Who cares about apathy? Especially when I got friends as depraved as you.
I mean, true.
Who cares about apathy?
The sky. The snow. It's all red. So this is a scarlet night.
Pretty strange, isn't it?
It's amazing. It's not like I'm happy about it or anything.
If you're worried about Laffy or Celica, you don't need to be. I was just wondering what makes the moon turn so red.
They say the Crimson Moon is a gate to beyond, and is proof of humanity's sins.
A sign of sin, huh? Maybe the moon drinks up the innocent blood spilled by the wicked.
My, it would take a wicked mind indeed to come up with something like that.
Please, don't say such frightening things.
A scarlet night occurs whenever a full moon is in a certain position. The land and the moon pull at each other, and Earth Pulse energy spills into the sky, turning it red.
Yes, and the amount of power is said to create enough mana to affect even an Empyrean.
So that's why the ritual is done on a scarlet night.
But the world of humanity is violent, and the Earth Pulse is stained with all the blood spilled throughout history. So Rokuro's theory might have hit a little closer to the truth than expected.
Oh, a wild guess hits the mark.
Don't get used to it.
It sure does look grim, though.
Yeah.
But like chest.
But like, treasure.
Yeah.
Who cares about saving the world? Treasure, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Treasure more important than
A
friends.
wild guess hits the mark.
That's the cave. I can feel a powerful earth pulse flowing inside it.
It looks like we can reach the core from there.
So with about an hour left on the normal stream schedule, are we gonna get to fight Shigure tonight or not?
Yes. Yes.
Poggers?
All right, Velvet. I think it's time you let us in on your plan for how we escape if and when the volcano erupts.
There is no plan.
Oh, what? Then even if we awaken the elemental Empyreans, we're still toast!
I'm not going to die.
Well, I'm super happy for you, but what about the rest of us?
I'm sure you'll all make it.
Don't you think you're being a bit blithe?
I doubt there'll be an eruption at all. We'll only be using the volcano's life spring to push souls into the earth pulse. I don't think that should have much of an impact on the volcano's activity itself.
Well, if you say so. That's a load off.
Aye. But the ancients also say that when the four Empyreans awaken, there's a great shift in the earth. If they're angry about being roused from their slumber, I don't think a volcanic eruption is something we can rule out.
See? What did I tell you? Really, I'm sure we'll be fine. If the volcano erupts, we'll just deal with it.
Yeah, we'll just deal with it.
You look sure of yourself, but I'm still nervous. It may be best to write up a will. Eisen, do you have a pen and paper?
Yeah, but I'm using them.
That's enough. You already know how this will turn out, right?
Oh, so you figured that out.
It wasn't hard. Besides, it's not like you have anyone to give a will to.
Oof, way to cut to the quick.
Oof.
Big oof.
We will need to be extremely wary. Dark and light!
Did I get it?
If you want to live, get out of...
Get out of Bunu.
Get out. If you want to live, get out of...
Yeah.
We will need to be extremely wary.
Hello, bats.
Yeah, hello, bats.
Ready to die? Whatever comes next.
Die or be killed. Ready to die?
Just the first step. All right.
We're finished here.
All right.
Are we ready for this?
I love how we're planning on beating up Artorias, but we fight a bunch of random enemies, and it's, are we ready for this?
Are we ready for this?
I don't know, man. I don't think we're ready for this.
Paint the skies, Eisen.
Are you right?
Where in the world do you hide all of...
Here?
We will need to be
And
extremely
here.
wary.
Oh, that's the wrong button.
Oh.
Just curious about something real quick.
Okay.
Okay. It's actually a pretty decent run.
Ready to die?
Die or be killed. Ready to die?
Fly away, little birdie. Far away.
Yeah, fly away, you bats. Far away.
Just like, I lied. I'm picking for you. You choose die.
You choose die.
It seems you have chosen death.
Your free trial of life has expired.
Yeah. Would you like to renew it? You've chosen poorly.
Yeah.
I don't think we have a chance.
Hey man, it's die or be killed.
True.
Oh, I think I just took the bullet for a lot of that.
You might have. I mean, I appreciate it.
I'll take that.
Yep.
I mean, my one soul over here.
Yep. You want that one too?
Sure. Oh, I don't think I need any more. I tried to hit everything at once. Oh, I'm over here.
Dark and light. Blast away the shadows of darkness. Is the sea
So, do you like my exploding orbs of death? Do you like my
orbs?
We will need to be extremely wary. Elements of creation. No mercy! Wounds that will shield. Blast away the shadows of darkness.
Let me do that.
Dark and light. Elements of creation. Did I get it? Dark and light. Blade of Heaven's will pierce my enemies! Divine favor! We won, right? Right?
Right?
Right?
Oh, hey, look. Place I can hoverboard over to. It's a shame I don't have a geotree.
Are we ready for
Yeah.
this? If you fall asleep, we're leaving you.
Oh, hello, friend. Ow.
Hello, friends. Hello, friends.
It sounded like Velvet just said abracadabra.
Abracadabra! Phalanx!
I'm gonna do a magic trick and make all these enemies disappear.
I wish I had power like that.
I wish I had power like that abracadabra.
It's canon that she becomes a Pokemon trainer when she takes care of a Nominat.
You're strong. You know, after she has her pizza, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ready to die? Whatever comes next. This is just the first step.
Hey, did we miss this?
To kill you.
I hadn't seen it for the past 30 seconds. I thought it would never happen. Damn bats. Come to me.
I had no problems here.
It said True Velvet 4 stars.
That's
I
a
don't know
title.
what that is.
Yeah, you leveled up a title.
Yeah.
Oh, poggers.
It was for however many times you've played as Velvet.
Well, every time.
Yeah.
So that's why you leveled up the title.
Neat.
I'm ready for this.
Dark and light! Blast away the shadows of darkness! Dark and light! Blast away the shadows of darkness!
Ready to die? Whatever comes next. This is just the first step. To kill you. Howling Dragon.
We won, right?
Are there more?
Are there more?
Are we ready for this?
Are we ready for these random enemies?
Yeah. Are we?
I don't know, I'm super intimidated. They do like 100 damage.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that one.
I'll cut down anyone in my way.
Scout?
Scout.
Are we ready for this?
Think so.
Boy,
Hope
I
this
am
works,
really
though.
not full of confidence, apparently.
Wait, what? How'd I get hit? I was doing my brain.
The bats do not care.
Now, with a single breath, they appear! Here they come! There's no stopping them now! Good! That's the end for you! What an easy victory. I am invincible!
Thanks, ladies.
Girl power.
Are we ready for this?
Yeah, I think we are.
Goodness. Velvet, babe.
Look, man, I just don't know if we're ready for this.
Another victory.
strong, but I'm stronger.
Okay, I saw him flying.
You thought I'd stop there? Annihilate?
I'm not even stabbing you.
Yeah. You thought I'd stop there?
You thought I'd stab you. I'm not quite sure, but I think it might be a shooting star.
Look, a shooting star! Paint this guy's eyes in.
I'll pop the soul out for you, by the way. It's over in the corner.
Yep, thank you. Please move, thank you.
I got another one for you.
You're the greatest.
Oh, I want to like, oh, my turn.
Now, rise, arise, ascending, angels!
Bonk.
Spiritual release! The light of virtue! The dark of vice! Joining chaos! Chaos form!
Yo, can you not?
There. Saw on the top left.
Freaking armadillo interrupting.
Right?
Ow.
They're very jumpy for armadillos.
Yeah, really. Where even am I? Okay. Freaking armadillo's interrupted again, that's why.
I need an up so
There's one.
Huzzah.
I got it.
Oh, there we
Did you
go.
see my
Nice.
and utter victory? Did you?
Look at that gold
Lots of
count
grade.
and that grade.
Digit grade.
Look at that gold. Look at that gold.
Hey, you can afford one of those lemon gels now.
Yeah.
Learned everything.
Yeah. Really. That's one of the harder diaphragms too.
Yep.
Yeah, we wrecked it pretty hard.
Yeah.
Everyone ready to play?
Wounds I won't shield.
Nothing can stop these.
Is it hot or is it just me?
Yes.
Always on guard. Paint the town red. Is it hot or is it just me? Devour. Is it hot or is it just me?
Ready to die? Think you can dodge? Just try. Perfect mayhem!
Ready, steady, and blammo!
I really thought she was gonna give us the ready, steady spaghetti.
Crown!
Crown!
Ready, steady spaghetti.
I mean, would you expect anything less from Magilu?
I mean, I'm surprised she didn't say that. And then Laphicet walks up like, but what about curry?
Yeah.
That's what I'm ready for. Laphicet, always thinking about food. Didn't realize he was truly a cinnamon roll.
Really, though? Must protect the cinnamon roll. Or, you know, he'll protect himself.
Must protect so that he must bathe or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, not long now. I know this is a weird time to bring this up, Laphicet, but there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
All right, ask away.
I knew you'd say that. So, how was your bath in Mercio?
Huh?
You went in with Velvet, right? Just between us guys. What was it like?
What are you getting at, bro?
Let me in on this too. It'll be our secret.
Not you too, Eisen!
There's nothing to be ashamed of. There are just certain times in life when you need to find your resolve and seize the opportunity. We just want to know what your resolve got you.
Right. It's like a test.
Stop it! I didn't go into the bath with her!
Well, that's a shame. That might have been your one shot. Once you're all grown up, you won't be able to get away with it.
That's why I didn't do it. I'm tired of Velvet treating me like a little kid.
Bravo!
You passed the test.
Right. You don't need me to watch over you anymore.
Why did you laugh like that?
We're just happy that you're growing up.
I don't understand you two. If you're just gonna pick on me, go away.
Ferocious.
Sorry, but I really needed that. Laughter's good for the soul.
Rokuro, were you feeling tense?
You wouldn't think it, huh? But now I can fight like I always do. I owe you, Laphicet.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Looks like the next test is yours.
Yeah. Laphicet, Eisen, watch me prove myself.
See this deception.
Yeah, see this deception.
We will need to be extremely wary.
Now, with a single breath, they appear! Here they come! There's no stopping them now! Good!
Oh, I'm over here now, I guess.
Right?
Another victory. Rokuro, how do you think Shigure will move against us?
He's not really the imaginative type. He'll be out in the open, waiting for us.
Come on, really?
Come on, really?
Really? Like, come on.
Really?
So, what was it like in the Bath with Velvet? Come on, really?
Really? Steam remote play cooperating. Come on, really?
It's the perfect place for a flanking attack.
We don't need to worry about an ambush. Shigure is waiting for us ahead.
Paint this guy's
Paint this guy's
rising.
Are you right?
If you want to live, get out of...
Get out.
That's
Get
a
out.
lot of dudes just chilled right next to each other. What even?
Yeah.
They're just hanging out. Somehow not even dangerous to counter.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, friendo. Oh, hi. Cast that one.
Yes, yes, I know. I'm incredible.
She knows.
Want that sass.
It's all in the corner here.
Look, a shooting star!
It won't change and
Try as you might, look, a shooting star! Bubble!
That wasn't worth the effort.
That was a lot of pretty explosions.
Yeah.
It certainly was.
Yeah.
It makes him be in the party?
I just have him here for reasons.
Dialogue?
This is the only time I'll have him in is against Shigure, and then he's out. Like, he's just out.
Fair.
wow, really? He's really just waiting for us here?
Eleanor, babe.
Rokuro!
It's okay.
Incredible! The old bastard forged himself into a sword!
Indeed. That blade's the embodiment of Kurogane's centuries of study.
The Kurogane Stormquell. I like it.
Just Kurogane for now. He will be the blade that surpasses both Stormquell and Stormhowl. And when it does, then he will have earned the name Kurogane Stormquell.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun.
but like Shigure instead of Rokuro.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Watch out. I wouldn't be surprised if he used an Armatus.
An Armatus? It's not my style to rely on anyone's help.
Says the big bad exorcist. Look, you'll even ask a tubby kitty for help.
Shut up! I'm totally not!
He isn't. Quite the opposite, actually. Shigure asked me to restrain his power.
Restrain his power? Wait, you don't mean...
She does. It's for my training. At first, I could barely even move my little finger. Morgrim, release my bindings.
Can a human even be this strong?
Kitty Wampus was holding him back?
Kitty Wampus.
With enough will.
Enjoy the music, by the way.
Anything. This was to be my secret weapon against Artorias.
I'm impressed.
Rokuro!
Sorry, but we're pitching in.
Good. I'll take you all at once. Forget about fighting fair. You won't beat me unless you use everything you've got.
I know. All too well.
All right. Let's have some fun. You got it.
That was fast.
It'll be the same every time.
That's why.
Yeah.
My attacks now.
This is where the fight truly begins, Shigure.
What do you know? I totally agree.
Whose energy bubbles are those?
Mine.
Okay, good.
Do you like them?
I do.
Elements of creation gather into fusion! Dark and light! Your troubles receive
He's so speedy.
Yeah. Hello, friend. Hello, friend.
He's so much faster than me. How am I supposed to hit him? What are the glowy things that he leaves behind?
Traps.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, I full soul. I didn't even look at how many
Here I
souls I
am
had.
walking up to them like, oh, what's this fun thing?
Discord! Ah!
I don't even need to dodge.
It'll be the same every time. Final judgment.
Wait, this can't do anything. Ow. Can you leave me alone, please? How long is this art? He's like, yeah, that's fine. My art just lasts 8 years.
Eleanor, babe, my art lasts for 8 years.
I'm just dead.
Yeah. I'm like preemptive resurrection.
It'll be the same every time.
And this is why I threw Rokuro in.
Yeah. Yeah, he uses Mystic Art a lot, by the way.
Yeah. Otherwise he'd be kicking our sorry asses.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, that's one way to enforce the theming.
Yeah.
I think I was dodging and it still hit me. Oh, hey friend. Look how long that art lasts, it's still going.
Yep. Discord! Oh, well, you swapped Rokuro out, so...
Who did?
The AI did. Yeah, the AI did it.
Okay, I was like, I don't think I did that.
Let me handle this.
Back. Can I? Oh, I only have 2 souls. Okay. Alright, hold on. Hold on, Rokuro. Don't kill him yet. Don't kill him yet. Don't kill him yet. Oh, yep, there we go. Oh my gosh, he's so fast.
Yeah, I know.
This is why can't we have Shiga?
The AI tried to kill us by
They
swapping
really did,
Eleanor
though.
in.
Ready to die? Think you can dodge? Just try. Perfect mayhem! Yeah!
You people are really something, aren't you?
Don't act like you're impressed. I haven't even shown you my true blade.
Your true blade? Well then, no time for me to take a break.
Shigure!
Keep out of this one, Morgrim.
Rokuro, he's still got plenty of power left.
Of course he does. He's Shigure Rangetsu after all.
2 blades, you sure?
Why don't you find out? It's your life on the line.
The same goes for you. Three of them. So this is your true blade.
That's right. I developed this technique to defeat you.
Not bad at all. This is my parting gift to Kurogane. Take Stormhowl. One last thing. Please, let this fat cat go.
Shigure?
Shigure, you were ordered to be executed because I
was already planning on leaving. I was sick of living the life of a chained dog. Oh. Idiot. Stop worrying about the little things.
What's up, Bitsy?
Rejoice when your blade finds its mark. Seethe when it doesn't. Die when one finds you. That's all there is to it. The way of the sword is a simple one. That's what makes it so much fun.
Nice. Hope you had fun.
It really is.
That's the vicious face I'm looking for. If only Artorias' stony face could smile like that, he'd be a lot happier.
Yeah.
Nice.
Velvet,
We're good?
We're good. My blade found its mark.
I wish I could be a part of campaigns that actually happened. Oh, wait. None of my campaigns happen anymore. Oof. Despite being in like 3 of them. I'm cursed, I tell you.
Well, that was a fun fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot how freaking ridiculous he was.
Yeah.
Right.
Nope.
You've got Eleanor.
Leave now, Rokuro. I won't stop you.
Don't forget, my purpose here is to repay my debt to you.
So yeah, Rokuro's relevance is gone.
What's the matter? Why are you crying?
I'm not crying.
Okay.
Okay? Is that all you have to say?
What's wrong? You really are crying.
Yeah, I haven't had
You
a
and
D&D
Shigure.
session in at
We're
least
brothers,
8 months. At least.
Oh, that. It's really nothing to shed tears over.
How can you pretend it's not important?
Yeah.
Don't tell me it's because you're a demon.
You went and answered your own question.
So you will say it's because you're a demon.
No, that's not the answer, actually. It's not because I'm a demon. It's because we're swordsmen that I'm not sad.
Huh?
When we fought, when we both really fought, I got this
Nice.
sharp, vivid feeling that pierced straight to my core. When we were both throwing ourselves wholly into the battle, we wanted to keep on fighting forever, like an unquenchable thirst. That's a feeling we only got from each other.
Lord Shigure did seem to be enjoying himself. I feel like I can understand it a little better now. But I'll never comprehend it.
That's for the better. If you did, you'd end up like us.
Probably so.
I wonder when I'll be able to have a match like that again.
You won't have to worry about that.
Hmm?
Just as you work so hard to defeat Lord Shigure, another swordsman will do the same to defeat you.
You're not wrong. Your positivity reminds me of him. Now I'm suddenly craving a cup of Yozakura Anmitsu.
Yozakura Anmitsu?
Cherry blossom flavored sweet bean paste, black sesame ice cream, and fruit. It was Shigure's favorite.
That's kind of hard to picture, but I'd like to try it.
Let's settle then. When this is all over, I'll take you out for some.
I look
It's a
forward
date.
to that.
And make sure you come back alive, alright?
You too, Rokuro. Yozakura Anmitsu. I won't forget.
Eleanor's reverse harem grows.
Yep.
Rokuro,
Chatter
you
Reese the
said
title.
something to him at the end.
I think it's from doing so many skits.
Yeah,
Probably.
maybe it's not my place to ask, but
I don't mind. It was just something that happened long ago. The story about Shigure plotting to overthrow our lord. That was a lie. A lie that I spread.
but why?
I wanted a just cause to strike him down. Storm Howl, Shigure's name, the leadership of the clan. I used to want all of that for myself.
Do you regret it?
Not at all. Besides, Shigure figured it out a long time ago. But really, I don't know what made me think I had the strength to defeat him back then.
He was truly strong.
Of course he was. He was the head of the Rangetsu family, the strongest warriors in all the land.
Rokuro, does this make you head of the clan now?
No. I'm a demon. And more importantly, all I ever wanted was to beat my brother. That's enough for me.
And now my relevance is gone.
You should get out of here while you still have the chance.
If things get hairy, I'll run. But please, let me stay here a little longer. I owe Shigure for giving me back my free will. And he always did hate to be alone.
I never knew that.
You didn't? Weren't you his brother?
We never had time to think about anything other than our training.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean any insult. He lived and he died according to his own beliefs. That has to be good enough. Humans like that are not so bad.
I suppose we aren't.
You're a funny sort of Moloch, aren't you?
Thanks for the compliment.
Bye, fat cat lady.
Comments say I ship it.
Yep. By I ship it, they mean Eleanor and Rokuro.
Probably.
No, they do. Because that's what I was saying.
The game keeps trying to ship Eleanor with everyone.
Yeah, true.
Really random NPCs.
Can you please stop making a fuss?
Anyone who can
But
keep
that's
their
what she's
cool
best
inside a
at.
volcano needs their head examined.
I can feel the power of the Earth Pulse flowing upward. This is the life spring.
That's odd. Melchior isn't here.
Have you devoured even Shigure, Lord of Calamity? But remember, the only exorcists whose souls are worthy of sacrifice are Shigure, Oscar, Teresa, and me!
He's above us, at the volcano's peak.
With 3 souls, you can only awaken 3 Empyreans. That won't be enough to seal Innominat's power. If you are missing even one, awakening them will cause this volcano to explode, with you inside it. If you seek to awaken all 4 elemental Empyreans, then come. Try and take my soul from me!
What do you think, Magilo?
Trap.
Trap.
Melchior's greatest strength lies in his power over ice. I only wish we could lure him down here.
But we dare not forget. He's an exorcist who spent years plotting to awaken Innominat.
Exactly. He could be capable of anything. It'd be dangerous to assume otherwise.
Maybe this is the wrong time, but Magilo, you're related to Melchior, right?
You'd better believe it's the wrong time. Long ago, I was Magilanica Loom Maven, Melchior's foster daughter, and before I was cast out, his disciple.
Magilanica? The lost legate?
So even after 10 years, my name still lives on.
I'm impressed. You must have commanded a lot of respect.
Not in the least. The relationship between Melchior and I was like that between Velvet and Artorias. The debts owed, and the grudges held. Velvet, you don't have to believe me. You may never believe me. But I tell you now, I want to settle my—
I don't much care about the affairs of a witch, now do I? I'm going to the peak to find him. Just doing what I want, like always.
Yep, that's right. And I'm going with you, like always.
The stutter stuff.
Yeah.
Piece of cake, it's a cinch, piece of cinch. It's scorching, it's freezing, it's scorching.
What are you muttering about?
You told me to chill out when I complained about the heat.
Is that still bothering you?
I heat up quickly and cool down slowly. I'm not bothering anyone, so go on, get lost!
That's even more annoying. I mean, come on. If it's both hot and cold, it's not scorzing. It's freeching, clearly.
That doesn't sound like me at all. Wait, that's not even my point! My skin feels like a frozen shell, but somehow my insides are boiling! This is miserable! It should be one or the other. I can't stand this fence-sitting!
Oh? Well, so what about the pineapple and sweet and sour pork?
Gross!
A sweet omelet?
A crime against nature.
Chocolate-covered raisins?
Whoever thought up dried grapes should be hanged!
Well then, what about peach pie?
I don't see what you're getting at!
What about yourself?
Utterly vile.
Doesn't that make you a fence-sitter?
That's why I'm having you eat that old man and shove him into the life spring.
I hope you learn to like yourself.
Don't try to embarrass me.
Okay. Guess I'll stop here. Sorry about all the tech issues. I mean, I know I had zero control over
Yeah,
it,
it was
but
absolutely not your fault at all.
yeah.
I trust
But
you
you
got my
figured
back.
it out.
Well, I had a
We
back.
still technically didn't figure
We
it out.
didn't
We just had
figure
a
it out. I
backup,
had a
yeah.
backup. Yeah.
We had a contingency.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think I'll be able to do this again this week, sadly. Monday and Wednesday.
Probably same for me, to be honest.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday were pretty much the only times I was able to do this week. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, next week then.
Yep. Next week we can kick the old man's ass.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Kick his ass.
Kick his ass.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night. Alright, let me see who's online. Not really anybody? Okay. So, I'll just let AutoHost do its thing. Take care everybody, thank you for watching.